Women's Month. I am a Black woman. I am all the things. And so with that, today's video is all about Black women filmmakers that I have came across over the years thanks to the YouTube algorithm. It took a while, but I want to talk about 5 dope Black women content creators that you all can expand your YouTube palette and follow, subscribe to, just check out. And if you like their vibes, definitely make sure that you watch some of their videos. So let's get into it. The first filmmaker that I want to talk about, her name is DianaGladney, and it's crazy because I went to high school with her. This was like, I don't want to show my age, but it's so crazy how you go through the years and you don't get to stay in touch with people, but then you realize that they're doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and it's super dope. And so DianaGladney is, of course, from St. Louis, Missouri, and she's killing the game on YouTube. She does a lot of gear reviews. She talks a lot from the audio side and about live streaming and about how to work with your equipment to create a better brand for yourself, which I think is good because I feel like we talk so much about equipment, but we don't understand how the videos that we're making, especially in 2023, and how ultimately that all works to better our brand as filmmakers. We're all a brand, and the business side of things is something that we also have to talk about. She does like a lot of comparisons, but she also talks about like how you don't have to use all this big equipment and you can use, your ZV-1s and vlogging cameras and all this to create content. And it's more about creating the content and being creative than it is the actual equipment that you use. So definitely check out her YouTube channel. The second person I want to talk about is Techmeout. Now, she was the first Black woman that that looked like me. Let me say that. Like, she was a brown skin, she has locks, and I was just like, yo, like, this is so dope. And she's in tech. Now, mind you, if you guys know my story, I went to the University of Missouri and I majored in information technology and computer science. Over the years, that has changed. However, to see a Black woman in tech killing the game, I think she has over 300,000 subscribers, and she is so dope. Not to mention, I've talked with her a couple times because the goal of this video is really to actually have in-depth conversations with them on the camera, but time didn't allow for that. And she's just super cool, down to earth. She seems like somebody who's actually really cool in person. There's a lot of YouTubers that you can meet who seem cool on YouTube, but then in person it's like, whoa, but she's actually who she is on YouTube, and I think that's very dope, and I think that's very valuable. And I love her page. She talks all things tech, give you reviews from iPhones to the computers to whatever tech it is that is coming out, headphones, Apple headphones. Like, it's expansive for her page, and I love that. I love how contrasted and colorful she is. I love her top downs. Like, she's just very creative in the tech space. And to me, I would look at her as like a Sarah Dietschy. Rhymes with peachy. Sarah Dietschy, like in that space of like tech. And so if you're into that outside of just camera gear stuff and you really want to know about all the tech, like, tech is so important. It surrounds us in this modern day or this digital age. And so definitely check out her page. I think you guys will really, really like her. She's just such a dope individual. I can't speak enough about how dope I think that she is and how dope I think that her YouTube is. Another YouTuber that I want to talk about that is a Black woman filmmaker is TamaraGabriel. Now, I actually got an opportunity to talk to her too and found out that our stories are very similar in a sense that when we first got on YouTube years back, when we first got on YouTube, we didn't see any people that looked like us. We were learning from people. Really, we were learning from a lot of men. And it's really hard to get into a space, or it's not as inspirational to get into a space not seeing someone looks like you, because in a sense, it shows that it's not something that we can do. So when you see people that look like you doing it, you feel more comfortable in this space of like, I can do this too. And so, that's what made her want to start her YouTube channel. Likewise, that's why I wanted to start my YouTube channel. I wanted a young Black woman who wanted to get into editing, who wanted to get into filmmaking, to see someone that looked like her and felt motivated and inspired to actually want to continue down this path, because it is a little discouraging, even outside of YouTube, being on sets and I'm the only woman and I'm the only Black woman. It's definitely discouraging. You look down upon a lot of times. It gets crazy. And so that was the reason why she wanted to start her YouTube, and I think that's very admirable about her, and I think it's super dope. and she is killing the game. And her YouTube is about gear reviews. She talks more about from like the gear review travel vlogging space, and so she does a lot of, you know, reviews on the DJI Osmo or drones or, you know, vlogging cameras, things like that, that, you know, these small compact cameras that still allows you to get like great, you know, content, and especially if you're in the travel and vlogging space. So definitely check out her YouTube. I think it's dope. I think she is also over 16,000 subscribers as well, so she too is killing the game. And I'm so glad that the YouTube algorithm allowed me to run across her page, because I'm definitely subscribed to all of these women, and I think they all bring something valuable. She actually goes out and gives you examples of, you know, the gear that she's talking about. So it's not just her sitting and talking to camera. She's going to try to give you examples of what this looks like, what this sounds like, what this does, and why, you know, this one might be better than this one or vice versa. So definitely check out TamaraGabriel. Hopefully I'm saying her name right, but definitely check out her YouTube channel. Before we get into any further, people, I do want to highlight our sponsors for this video, and that is Film Convert. Now, if you don't know about Film Convert, it is a plugin that you can use on Final Cut, Premiere, and even DaVinci. And I love this plugin. I actually used it on my first short film called If These Locks Could Talk to get that film look while we were shooting on Canon C200s, and it's really, really easy to use. And I think it's one of the best plugins to really get realistic film-like content. You get to pick different film stock and film grain. So, you know, they have Ilford, Kodak, they have just different versions. I think they have over 19 versions of film stock, and they have really beautiful film grains such as Super 8, Super 16, Super 35. So you can play around with the different type of grain that you want to add to your content. For texture, these give you realistic 6K scanned film grain. I think that's just like awesome. And you can play around with your strength. You can play around with so much more. It's so detailed in how you want your content to show up in this film space. But sometimes we don't have the budget to actually go out and shoot with film cameras. I think this is one of the best plugins to use to get that look. So definitely check it out. Shout out to Film Convert. So the fourth Black woman filmmaker that I want to talk about, her name is Hallease, and she's super dope. I think she just hit over 100,000 subscribers, and she has her plaque. She has a lot of things popping off, and the reason why I like her is because she did start off talking a little bit more about cameras and gear, but now I think what's dope about her is that she's such a storyteller that you're not just going on her page and learning about the FX3 or just small, you know, gear that you're using, but she's showing you in real life how she's using this gear. She has podcasts, she has short films, she has digital series that she's doing that is, you know, nominated for awards, and she's using this gear, this everyday gear that you see on YouTube that people talk about in real life to create this content. And so I think that is valuable because yes, everybody wants the new gear. Yes, everybody wants to know about this gear, but are you really using the gear? Are you really going out and creating content? And I think that's what Hallease is doing. She's telling you how she's going out and creating this content with this gear. Another thing I like about her page is that she not only speaks from the filmmaker side, but just from the side of being human beings. I think a lot of times YouTube, we forget that we're humans as well. We're humans first. And so people don't like to talk about the things that they may be going through, that they may be struggling with mentally, whether that is just in the creative space. We all go through highs and lows and ebbs and flows in our mental space as creators. And I think, you know, her being able to just talk about the livelihood of a creative, I think is dope as well. And she just feels so relatable. So definitely check out her page. I freaking love watching her. We've worked together on a couple of Adobe things. She edits in Premiere, and she also plays around with graphics and After Effects with her production company. So definitely check her out. Shout out to Hallease. Hey, girl. And then the next, I think this is the fifth. This is it. This is it. The fifth Black woman filmmaker that I want to talk about is ErinOnDemand. So Erin is so dope, and I've been wanting to work with her for a minute. We just haven't been able to, but she is killing the game in the business content creator space. And I really wanted to highlight her because, again, as much as we, you know, we're all filmmakers, and as much as we talk about shooting and cameras, we cannot forget the business side of our brand, the business side of being a filmmaker. And so what I think that she does is she continues to remind you how to expand your business. So yeah, you're going out and shooting, but how are you getting the clients? How are you, being able to make your minimum or your maximum a month? And so how to truly grow your brand as a content creator, not just a filmmaker, because essentially if you have a YouTube, you are also a content creator and you are trying to figure out how to grow in that space. She talks a lot about how to get your YouTube started, how to grow as a YouTuber. So definitely check out her page. She has a lot of resources available for you, and I just think that she's dope. Like, again, a super dope Black woman who is here and dedicated to help other Black women in the space, or Black content creators, or content creators in general, truly grow their brand, their content. Content is king right now, and she shares all of that information with you. So definitely check out ErinOnDemand. I'm always inspired by her because I know that my business could be a lot better when it comes to me being a content creator. I'm trying to get more brand deals. I'm trying to get into the branded space. And with that, it's not just about what camera I'm using or what I'm shooting with. It's truly about how to market myself. So shout out to Erin. She's doing some great work. And I just hope that I can continue to be inspired and motivated by all these dope Black women filmmakers who are killing the game in their respected spaces. And I'm just glad to be a part of that community, helping you all and showing you all how, we continue to push, no matter what. Our perspectives as women in general is always good to bring to a space that is dominated by others, dominated by men, right? Like, it's one of those things where, like, women just add that touch. There's so many times where I've been on set and, men don't see a lot of things that women see. We see things so differently. So things that I might care about from talent, visually, that would help and like how we shoot it, a man might not just see just because of that women's touch. And so I think it's great to have both perspectives always. So thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure you send me a comment below. Hopefully this inspired and motivated you all to continue to grow your YouTube palette, subscribe to other people who, you may not see on a daily basis on YouTube, and continue to uplift the community. So thank y'all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.